Alrighty, yo, what's good? All of my fans out there that are out here watching the 2-for-1 special. Shout out to all of you all for being here live. We are here live on the internet. I have my man's Pavy on the other line. Eventually, he's going to tune in and get into the program with us and talk to us about tonight's, action. Obviously, he's a big fan of James Harden. James Harden and the Rockets went down today in flames. It is your boy TPJ. I am here. We are live. We are doing the damn thing right now on the internet. We are live. Shout out to all of the fans that were here pretty much for the entire day of action or the entire night of action on TNT. I appreciate all of you all for tuning in. You guys are amazing. Thank you all for being amazing fans and always sticking by us. The team HNB, you know what I mean? It's more than just me and Pavy. You guys are a part of that as well. So huge shout out to everybody that's out there in the chat room. I got the hot take maestro, Pavy himself, on the other line right now. But the one thing that I did actually want to go ahead and I wanted to do was the homie Cam sent me some footage of my man's Clay as he was in Roracle, doing the Thug Thizzle, getting it on, getting it in, coming back, for his recap. So what I want to do is I want to go ahead and drop that footage inside of this, video software right now, so that way you all can see how the crowd reacted to my man's Klay Thompson coming back for the first time, at least in the brand new arena. So get ready in one quick second, and I'm gonna make sure that you all can check that out right about now. Give me one quick second. It don't wanna add my man Cam's video. Hold on, wait a minute. Oh, it's got the little emote. All right, hold on. Let's see. I gotta get this video in here because I really want you all to see this video. Give me one quick second. Add media source. All right, cool. Let's go ahead. Let's get my man Cam's video in there. I really like the fact that, the one thing that I really took away from tonight's action in terms of the Warriors versus the Clippers, other than the Warriors getting straight up, shellacked, was the fact that the crowd still gave them a very, very warm reception. Everybody's always so worried about what Clay and what the reception is going to be like for the Warriors team. But I think if you can see from all of this, the fans and the crowd and everybody, they are going crazy. Oracle is still alive, and Oracle is still something to be reckoned with as a force. As you can see, they welcome my man Clay with open arms. So shout out to my guy Clay. But anyways, let's go ahead and let's get ready to hop back into some of tonight's action. Sorry, I did recap the games a little bit earlier, but I'm going to quickly go through a couple of these games of the action just for a super quick second, and then after that, we're going to go ahead and we're going to get Pavy live on the show. He is live. He is patched in. Pavy, if you can hear me, make sure you go and you tweet that we are live on the internet right now on the 2-for-1 show right now. We're about to get the man Pavy live and dialed in and tapped into the show. But looking at, very quickly in terms of the matchups, the Atlanta Hawks came through. They defeated the Detroit Pistons. The Pistons gave up 117 points. Trae Young was insane. He dropped 38 points. I believe he had 9 assists. He was going insane. He was doing push-ups out there. My man D-Rose looked like the D-Rose of old. Shout out to my man's D-Rose for always being a real one. I appreciate you for always being a real one, doing the damn thing. D-Rose looked great tonight in action. You know who did not look great tonight in action? That guy's name is Reggie Jackson. Let's go ahead and let's take it to the actual box score. The box score itself in terms of the Pistons. Let's go ahead and let's check that out right now. Looking at the Detroit Pistons, right, the biggest problem and the biggest issues that I foresee for this team is one, Reggie Jackson. Reggie Jackson is just flat out bad. I'm going to talk to Pavy about that, in a second once he, joins us, live right now in a few minutes. But the thing that really stood out for me for this game was Reggie Jackson, man. I need Reggie Jackson to come out, and I need Reggie Jackson to be better, man. He's just not that good. And if he's not going to play this good, I told Pavy, pretty much to start the season that Reggie Jackson would not survive past November 15th. Reggie Jackson's looking like he's not going to survive past November 15th. Today, he put up a putrid in 15 minutes. The fact that the man is only playing 15 minutes should already let you know everything that you need to know about what Reggie Jackson is doing on his team. He played 15 minutes. He only put up 5 points. He was 2 of 8 shooting from the field. I'm just not a big fan of what I'm seeing from Reggie Jackson. I need to see more. I need to see more passing, more rebounding, more assists, more overall just better consistent play from Reggie Jackson. If he's going to be the guy that the Pistons have to depend on, we're going to need to be able to see more. Anyway, shifting gears back to it, the Milwaukee Bucks beat the Houston Raptors. We're about to bring Pavy in a quick second to talk. I'm sorry, the Milwaukee Bucks beat the Houston Rockets 117-111. Giannis played well, but he didn't play good enough. He was in foul trouble. Harden didn't play that well at all. Russ didn't play that well, but he was decent in the game. We're going to bring Pavy in a quick second. If everybody's ready, Pavy, are you ready? Give me the heads up if you're ready to go. Alrighty. So,
yeah.
Pavy, you're here. You're live right now on the internet. We are here. We are live right now on the 2-for-1 show. We're talking to my man's Pavy, a.k.a. Paverb. Go ahead. Talk to the people, number one. What you thought about the Warriors versus the Clippers game. Obviously, we want to talk about this game because we're coming live after the post game. What are your thoughts on the Warriors versus Clippers game? Pavy is tapped in with us remotely from Chicago right now via satellite. Talk to us.
As we did on HoopsNBrews, I said that I thought the Warriors would win this game. I was wrong. The Warriors look bad. Like they don't look great at all. Again, I think it's gonna be rough and stuff all year. Like, I've even said I always think efficiency has a lot to do with who you play with. Even tonight wasn't that efficient. I think 8 for 20, had 8 turnovers and like 4 assists.
I mean, come on. You were waiting. You were desperately waiting. You were desperately waiting. Let's not act like you have not been desperately waiting for them. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
He played bad tonight. Draymond has to start shooting the ball. In some instances, like, not granted, Draymond did hurt his elbow early in the game, so maybe that deterred him from shooting the ball a little bit. But I thought that there were moments in which he was trying to like make a play for somebody, and it's like, that's not Clay in that corner. That's Jacob Evans, who actually played decently tonight. Like, he didn't play bad. Or that's Glenn Robinson III. Or that's Jordan Poole. You should take that shot.
Yeah.
The Clippers just look. I mean, like, I don't think it's so much an indictment on the Warriors, because even still, when I was watching them, like, they're actually a little bit better defensively than what I thought they would be.
Yeah.
I like the fact that their young guys are just active. Like, they're just really, really active, live bodies. Like, even if they do get beat, it's because their IQ isn't where it should be. So you see them foul when they shouldn't foul or like do things like that. But they're still very, very active. But the Clippers look like world beaters, bro. And Paul George ain't even back. Paul George's not back, and Rodney McGruder isn't back. And I will only assume that the chemistry gets better. And right now, the Clippers look like the best team in the league by a mile.
Yeah, I think that the Clippers definitely look like the best team in the league by a mile. I think that we are, we got lucky to come in right at the perfect time because, even though you're in Chicago, you're like, I can't cover the game Monday. Can you go and can you cover the game? And I'm like, yeah, I can do that. So we can do that now. And we're covering the best team. And we're honestly, I think Kawhi is going to, on a nightly basis, night in, night out, dominate in a way that we haven't really seen before from Kawhi, man. It's pretty insane what this guy is able to do on the floor, even the way that he's been passing.
Like, always knew he could score. Always knew he could play defense. But the way he's making plays now, I didn't see him doing this last year and in previous years. Like, what I think the night before he had 6 assists or something like that. Tonight he gives you 9 assists.
Yep, 9 assists, which is a career high. He had 8 assists. And also it was through 3 quarters, which is even more insane.
He's not playing the fourth. Like, I remember that I said that I think Kawhi needs to look at a lot of Scottie Pippen 1994 footage. I think he's traveling along that path while being a much better scorer than what Scottie Pippen was.
I mean, obviously, he's a way better scorer. He's a better player than Scottie Pippen. I think a lot of this that's been lost in all of this discussion, especially about LeBron talking, about coming back and being, in shape and the king returns and all of this and the muscles and all of the stuff and the songs on Instagram. Kawhi Leonard has been in the gym and he's been working. And that dude has been working like a machine, and he looks like an absolute machine out there. I mean, obviously I'm not a big Raptors fan, So obviously I didn't spend a ton of time during the season watching him last year on the Raptors, but I did. Obviously they played in a ton of primetime games, so he had the opportunity a lot of the times to be able to go out there and really show his ass on the floor and really play his own game and do what he wants to do. But this year with the Clippers, man, I'm seeing a different level from him. I was expecting him to be good, but I wasn't expecting him to be that good off the rip, because I even believe off the rip we was looking at it and thinking like, okay, well, this team is going to struggle a bit when PG goes out, and they looking like the best team in the league. And like I remember last year when we were having all this conversation, I kept telling you, I'm like, yo, bro, like the Clippers are one dominant score away. PG still on the bench. That man was riding a bike the other day. He's riding a bicycle, trying to stay in conditioning. Kawhi Leonard tonight in 21 minutes gave you 21 points, 9 assists, 5 rebounds. He was 9 of 17 from the field goal range. He was 2 of 4 from from the free throw line, 1 of 3 from 3. He had 5 defensive rebounds, 1 turnover, and he was a plus 27 for the game, which was literally go ahead.
And not to cut you off, but
go ahead.
Talking about the resurgence of Patrick Patterson, bro. Patrick Patterson
is not
OKC
no.
Didn't hit a shot.
Can we not say that the resurgence of Patrick Patterson? I told you many times that Billy Donovan is one of the worst coaches in the NBA. Scott Brooks is one of the worst coaches in the NBA. And Russell Westbrook, I told you, because you kept telling me, oh, well, Russ create buckets for Paul. I'm like, I don't see all of what you seeing from this man, Russell Westbrook.
Even when I watch Russ play on the Rockets, Russ creates a lot of. Honestly, I think a lot of the reason why just switch pivoting a little bit. I think a lot of the reason why they lost today was because of the fact Harden still thought that he had to do everything, and it's like, bro, you got Russ out there. You don't have to do that. But it's just, I think that now I would say I think he's being utilized better. I think that there's more space on the court. Like usually when he was with OKC, he was like probably the only shooter out there. So like the defense obviously like, I'm gonna just pay all my attention to you.
Yeah.
Like with the Clippers, usually it's at minimum 4 shooters on the court at all times. Usually at minimum, or you have 2 dominant scorers out there. Like if you got Lou Will and Kawhi out there, and Trez, he can be a dominant scorer at least in the paint. You got 3 other guys that the defense really has to pay extreme attention to. So he just gets freedom to get kind of like the defense losing out there, and when he catches it, he's knocking them down.
Yeah.
Like I think he had a career high in points today, 20.
Yeah.
I think that's his career high in points.
Yeah.
He looks great.
Yeah. I mean, he had 20 points. He was 7 of 13 from the field. He was 6 of 10 from 3-point line. He looks great, but also what was the other thing that I told you that, Zubac was, told me when, after the game that they played versus Melbourne, he, which was Kawhi's first game. He said, it's very easy for me to play with Kawhi. All I have to do is set a screen and roll, and I can get open, and he will find me. And what I think the other thing that helps Kawhi in terms of getting assists is the size of his hands. If you look at how big his hands are, he's always in a good position to be able to pass the basketball because of the size of his hands. And I think that all these guys have to do is set solid screens. You're a main guy always talking about the Warriors. The Warriors have guys that can set good screens, and I'm always like, yeah, whatever. Well, the Clippers have a bunch of guys that can set good screens, but that also are very interested in setting good screens. Even if you look at a guy like Montrez, good screen setter, Jermichael Green, good screen setter, Mo Harkless tonight, looked very good. Even Reggie Miller was like, where was this, Mo Harkless last year in Portland? Well, I mean, we have to think about it. Doc is a player's coach. Doc is a guy that runs very, very good systems, and I think that's what we're seeing a lot.
Quote, though, because even when they got Mo Harkless, I was like, that's a good pickup. Like Mo Harkless had moments in Portland. I think remember it was the last game of the season. Remember when I think it was last game of the season when Mo Harkless hit the game winner. Like Mo Harkless had moments in Portland. I just think that Doc empowers. Like even Pat said, most players have their best years under Doc. I just think Doc empowers people. But Mo Harkless was good last year. It's not like he just came out of nowhere. Like when they got Mo, like that's a very, very good pickup.
I mean, yeah, I honestly thought going into the season that Mo Harkless would be a guy for them that I thought was probably going to start. But obviously they went with Patrick Patterson, which Patrick Patterson is a guy that I think the interesting thing for this team is going to be what they do once Paul George comes back, because honestly, when I'm looking at this team and I'm looking at what I'm looking at from a starting perspective, I don't necessarily know if I want to put Patrick Patterson on the bench. And if Landry Shamet is not going to be shooting as well as I need him to shoot from 3, even though he shot 3 or 4 today from 3, I might have to make that decision on some nights if I really want to go large versus some teams and run out a lineup of where I have, Pat Bev, Paul George, Kawhi Leonard at the 3, Patrick Patterson at the 4, and Zubac at the 5. I think Doc has infinite amounts of lineup combinations to be able to go, with this year. I think that is going to be a crazy thing for him to have to figure out as they move forward throughout this season.
I think it depends on like who you play, because like today you play the Warriors, so Steph is a guy. Even like I said, Landry always, or at least since I've been seeing him, has played great defense on Steph. Reason being is I think that him being a shooter, he kind of knows what he's gonna be. So I think if you're playing two guards where like you need somebody to chase somebody around screens, you might go with Landry and have Paul or somebody play a 3 and a 4. But either way, I don't think you can really go wrong with any lineup that you want to put out there. I don't think any lineup Doc can go wrong with. Like this team is so deep. Like they can go and McGruger isn't even back. They can basically go 10 deep.
Go ahead.
They can go 10 deep. Like Kawhi can basically have a season which he wins MVP and plays like 32 minutes a night.
Steph Curry did that in 2016, I believe. He was playing about 32, 34 minutes a night. Go ahead.
Yeah, but Kawhi can do it with also being the best defensive player on the court as well, and not just the best offensive player. He can give you 32 minutes of elite level offense and defense. Sit down, we up 10, we go win the game.
Yeah, I agree. But even the other thing for, I think, for the Clippers, which is pretty goddamn scary, is that Paul George was a top 3 defender in the NBA last year. So you're not only, getting back a top 3 offensive player, a guy who was top 3 in MVP voting, you getting back a top 3 perimeter defender, a top 3 defender in the NBA, and you have Kawhi, who is a top 3 defender in the NBA. I personally think he's the greatest perimeter defender in NBA history. You told me that you don't necessarily, think that that's blasphemous. When I tell you that he's better, when I told you he was better than Scottie Pippen, you thought I was crazy. I mean, come on, man, this man is a tank. Paul George is gonna come back. I think that he's going to be all right. I think that what they really do, I think that the smartest thing that they could have ever done was to tell everybody, Paul George is not going to be back for the first 10 games. Because even seeing Paul George the other night, in shoot around, for me, for the Clippers, was very encouraging for them, because he at least, for the first couple practices, I wasn't seeing him around the facility. When they were like practicing for Melbourne, I wasn't seeing him around the facility. I saw him around the facility, the last time that we were there for the shoot around versus the Lakers. So I think for all Lakers fans, that's something that you should be scared of, man. This team should be like, I won't lie, NBA 2K had me fooled, but that's also why I always say NBA 2K is not real life. Because NBA 2K, I've been playing against the Lakers and I can't beat the Lakers.
Boogie also on the roster too, though. Boogie is on the roster.
Yeah, Boogie is on the roster on 2K, so it makes it a lot more unfair. Yeah, but did you see today he was shooting free throws?
Huh?
Boogie was in a practice facility today shooting free throws.
That's dope. But like Boogie, that's amazing. Like Boogie, if they make it deep in the playoffs, he may play. Just because he's still on the roster, but it's like Boogie going down. Even I remember the day he went there, it actually really puts like a hamper on their plans. Cause like Dwight, I love Dwight, but Dwight can't really score at this age.
Yeah,
he can catch a lob.
Yeah,
but like if you give him the ball and make a post moves, I can't do this shit. He would look like Clay Capella out there. Nothing was today, but we'll get to that later. Yeah. That shit was terrible. But like when you talk about defense, I said this many times. The Clippers should have one of the best defensive teams you've ever seen in your life. Mm-hmm. It should be bad boy Pistons, 04 Pistons, 96 Bulls type defense that you should see from the Clippers. I mean, look at Pat Beverly. Like, he should be first team all defense. The way he played through the first 2 games, at least.
Yeah, I agree. But you got to look more at the camera, though. You got to look at the camera, though, bro. You got to look at the camera so that way they can see your face.
No, real talk. Like, Patrick Beverly thought the first 2 games that they played honestly had a case for Defensive Player of the Year. Like, granted, it's 2 games.
It's 2 games.
But he got a case for it.
Oh, I mean, he's going to eat versus Terry Rozier.
Yeah, like I'm saying, Terry Rozier gonna go back. He gonna get benched again.
Terry Rozier ain't gonna know what happened to him when Pat Bev get a hold of that man the other day.
Did you see when he picked Steph pocket?
Yeah.
I ain't never seen Steph get ripped up that smooth.
Yeah, it was not pretty. It hasn't been pretty all around for the Warriors. I mean, it looked bad. What are your thoughts on the Warriors? Your analysis on this team and what you think about the Warriors as a whole? I mean, obviously, it's not looking as pretty as I would want it to go. You and Drake, man, you guys get on my nerves, bro. You guys.
Honestly, bro, like.
Somebody said, tell Pavy I said Clippers in 4.
No, like I saw it. I mean, like honestly, like I don't think you can put too much stock into today's game. Granted, it's the first regular season game.
against possibly the best team in the league.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think you can put too much stock into it, but I will say they have a lack of offense outside of Steph and D'Lo. I also don't know if D'Lo, even if you want to trade D'Lo, I don't know how much he's going to improve his trade value this season.
Why?
Also, why?
Yes, why?
Hey, he made an All-Star team, but I don't think he's going to make an All-Star team. I don't think he's going to average like 25 points or something like that. I think he's going to probably end up around like 20 points. He's going to have some turnovers like he had today. I think he'll be a good player, but I can't see him going up to where you're going to get like a shitload of pieces for DAngelo Russell, even if you do want to trade him. I don't think you will. As far as Steph goes, I think he's going to have a long year. He's going to put up numbers, but I think his efficiency will take a dip. I think he's going to have a long year. Draymond has to start shooting the basketball. I know his.
What did I tell you about Draymond? Can you just admit that, like, I might be right about the man?
No. Look, I know his first instinct is to make a play for somebody else. I think what he has to realize is that's not Clay over there. That's not KD over there. That's not Iggy over there. That was not the same caliber guys you had over there.
Yeah.
Some of these shots that you get, wish you would swing it out to somebody else. You just gotta take that shot, bro. Like you have to. Cause like throwing, look, Jacob Evans looked nice. He knocked down some shots. Glenn Robinson III at least attempted to play defense on Kawhi. Like he attempted. It didn't really work, but he tried, which was encouraging. But he didn't really knock down no jumpers. So you gotta start taking some of those shots that at first you could, pass off because you had KD and because you had, Clay in the corner. You got to start shooting some of them shots. But, again, I think defensively, at least it was encouraging. And going forward for the future, I think that it's great that all these young guys get to play this many minutes because it's like you get to see, okay, which guys do I like that I think I should keep. I think Jacob Evans is good. I think that Eric Pascal is his name.
Yeah.
I like him a lot. He's very, very athletic. Even like one time, remember when Luka tried to bait him into a foul, he didn't go for it.
Yeah.
Like, so I like some of the young guys that they do have. I think this year will be a struggle. But again, like I've been saying, it's not about this year for the Warriors. It's about 2021 and 2022 and 2023 for the Warriors.
Yeah, I'm not upset at that. I'm not upset at that notion at all. I agree with you. I think that this year is going to be a very, very interesting year for the team as a whole. Obviously, me being the diehard Warriors fan that I am, I'm worried about just the overall performance of everything really that I've seen from them as a whole. It's just not been really all of that jiggy. And you know how much I rock with Steph and how much I believe in Steph, but he's gonna have to win MVP again this year.
It's not gonna happen.
And there's no. Regardless of whether you say it's gonna happen or not, he's gonna have to win MVP this year in order for this team to really get to where they need to get to. And whether he's capable of doing that or not is something that I hope so. But even the fans right now, I put you up as well as the chat with the fans, and the fans are like Curry is washed.
Curry is washed. He's not washed. It's just that again, this is why I don't believe in building teams around small guards. I think that it takes you need a lot more variables to work because he's just so small. So it's like when nobody else can shoot, I can just throw two people on him, and what is he going to do? He probably can't even see the rim.
Yeah. It's unfortunate, man. It's unfortunate that this might be how the reign comes to an end, but I mean, at a certain point,
like 3 finals, 5 years.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I still think that if the Warriors make the playoffs, they are to me probably the most dangerous team in the NBA to want to face in the playoffs because of the fact that they still, regardless of what you want to say, these guys go out and these guys hoop in the playoffs. So as long as they're gonna continue to go out and hoop in the playoffs, I'm not worried about them in the playoffs. But the thing that I'm worried about is that they, Charles Barkley said that the Warriors are either gonna miss the playoffs or they were gonna make the 6th or the 7th or the 8th seed.
In front of Clay, which was hilarious.
Yeah, huh?
In front of Clay, which was hilarious.
Oh, he said in front of Clay? And what did Clay say? No, I didn't know.
You ain't see that?
No, I didn't.
Literally, Clay Thompson said.
I was broadcasting myself.
Clay said, "Like our championship window is open for another 5 to 6 years." Chuck said, "Well, I think y'all championship window is shut, and I don't think y'all making the playoffs." And then Clay was like, "Why you say that?" And then he just went on with more explanations as to why they was not making the playoffs.
And what did Clay say?
He was just like, "Well, I just think we got some guys hurt. I just think that, I believe in our young guys. Like I had a shootout with Jordan Poole the other day, and he beat me." Like, yeah, but you're hurt playing. You have a torn ACL,
bro. What's wrong?
Like, you have a torn ACL. Sure, he
man's and he's a psychopath for
having a shootout with a torn ACL.
Yeah, something wrong with that man. It really is. But let's go ahead. Let's move on, and let's actually go ahead and let's talk about your guys. The disastrous, the preposterous, the Houston, the Rocketuses, the Houston Rockets. Let's go ahead, man. Let's talk about this game. What were your thoughts on this game? Obviously, the Houston Rockets lost 117 to 111 to the Milwaukee Bucks. What are your thoughts on that, fam?
It was a bad loss. They shouldn't have lost, but if they had to lose, I'm happy they lost in this fashion. I'm happy they lost in this fashion because what you saw why Russell Westbrook is there. Like, even this game, it was like in certain moments when like Harden maybe like take a back seat, Russ just don't care.
Yeah.
Like Russ does not care about missing a shot. Russ don't care about, and also certain things where it's like you would see where like other years that we get into a rut from the 3-point line, just keep hoisting up threes. Russ not gonna do that. Russ gonna take it hard to the rim and try to get fouled or make a layup. Also, I thought that when they were up 16, I think one of the biggest moments of the game for me, in which I tweeted about this, I think Harden took 2 terrible shots back to back. Like, you've never seen me say that's a bad shot.
Yeah,
Harden
you've been you were on Harden very tough tonight. What do you think about Harden's? What do you think about as I get ready to change this title? What do you think about Harden's shot selection?
I didn't mind it. Besides like 4 shots, he was I think 2 for 12. He should have been 2 for 8.
Okay.
But for him, it's probably like, I'm not used to shooting the ball 8 times. Well, like, at least take an 8. Like, I'm used to shooting whatever. But it's like, bro, you got to realize you got Russ out there now.
Yeah,
you don't have to do that.
Yeah.
Like, but again, I don't think that he realized that. There's like certain times, like, I think when he took those, like, I think they were up like 12 at that point in time. He took 2 threes back to back. And I'm like, what the fuck are you doing, Harden? Like, why? Like, stop. You don't need, like, you up 12, bro. You up 12. You don't have the force to get it going. Yeah. I think he's so used to, like, if I don't have it going, we lose.
Yeah.
And he's like, I got to, like, chuck it up. And Clint Capella, bro. Clint Capella, G, did not get better. This man, Clint Capella, would get the ball at the free throw line, not even look at the rim. You can't do no move, G.
That's Clint Capella. That's your man's.
G, listen, G, he would get the ball 12 feet away from the rim with nobody next to him. Don't even try to post up. Don't try to post up. Don't look at the rim. Don't do nothing. If he wasn't catching the lob and dunking, he wasn't doing nothing.
You told me that, man. No. What did you tell me? What did you tell me?
All-star.
Okay, then. Did he look like an all-star tonight? Did he look like an all-star today? No, did he look like an all-star today? No, he didn't. He looked like exactly who I told you who the man is. Now you want to tell me to hold on. I just let you get your rocks off. Now you want to tell me to hold on. All right, go ahead.
He averaged 13. He had 13, 12, and 3, which looks like a great game. But when you watched it, it's like, bro, you did not get better. Also, Russ had 16 rebounds. He had 16 rebounds and 2 offensive rebounds. Outside of PJ Tucker, he had 4 offensive rebounds. He had the most offensive rebounds on the team, which is what I thought Russ would really bring to this basketball team. So I saw some things that were encouraging. The fact they lost the game sucks and it wasn't good, but I did see some things that were encouraging. But who I do want to talk about is Giannis. I think Giannis played one of the best, it's the first game of the season, whatever. But Giannis played one of the best second halves I've seen him play.
See, and I was unimpressed with Giannis.
Nah, bro. For one, he was like he pumped fake on the jump shot, and PJ Tucker thought about jumping. I was like, that's all I need. Now, I don't think Giannis will ever be somebody who's gonna like hit mad step back shots. Like his form doesn't even really lend himself to be able to do that. But as far as him being a set shooter, he's a decent set shooter now. Like he's decent. It's like if he stops, gives you a jab step or gives you a rhythm dribble, you just have to think about getting a hand up in his face.
I guess.
Which opens his whole game up a lot. Also, he had I think he went on like a 10-0 run himself. He basically willed the Bucks back into the game himself. That's what he was doing all last year long when you was telling me that the man wasn't playing that good. He was telling me Harden deserved MVP over the man. Yes, he was. Yes, he was, bro. No, bro. Because look, because you still have Brogdon out there, so you didn't have as many ball handling responsibilities. Bledsoe is sometimes worthless. Bledsoe don't need George Hill plays more minutes than Bledsoe. So like he's basically the best ball handler, playmaker, everything on the team. At least last year you had Brogdon to take some of it off of you. Now you can't get up out of Middleton. George Hill was never known as a great playmaking guard. He's always been more of a scoring guard. I even think Bledsoe was more of a scoring guard. So really all of the playmaking responsibilities are now solely on Giannis. And I think today he played well. Now granted, I want to D'Antoni in these small lineups. is really annoying me.
Yeah, but that's what you want. But what else do you want from the man?
I want you to put Clint Capella or Tyson Chandler.
You gotta look at the camera, bro. Let the fans see you. You gotta look at the camera.
I want you to put Clint Capella or Tyson Chandler in the game. Bro, they ran 5 straight post-ups for Brook Lopez. Like, literally, you know that's one of the game, right?
Yes, I know. Brook Lopez and also timely threes from Wesley Matthews, who this year I think is gonna fit in perfectly for them. I think he does what Brogdon can't do, and that's just jack the ball up.
I agree with that.
Like I like Brogdon. Brogdon is a great player, a great defender, but Brogdon don't like to shoot as much as Wesley Matthews. Wesley Matthews loves to shoot the ball, and that's something that for them I think can either be huge or it can be a problem for them. But I do think that Wesley Matthews is a guy for them that they need to keep healthy. So I'm going to be concerned about his minutes as they move forward because he looked great in this game. He was, he even had, he was out there shooting arrows at people. So that's what I want to see from him. I'm going to be worried about how he's going to look on defense if he's going to be getting cooked night in and night out on defense. I think that'll be interesting to see.
They played decent defense today. But even Harden, also the other encouraging thing was Russ and Harden had 21 assists between them, which is encouraging. Yes, Harden had 7 turnovers, but the man did have 14 assists. He would have had 18 assists if Eric Gordon didn't decide to forget how to shoot at a certain point in time during the game. But again, I didn't like the way they lost, but if they had to lose, I'm happy it happened like that. You even saw Russ have moments. I think Russ scored 11 points in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
That's what you want from Russ. When Harden is, doing a little Harden shit, hey, Russ, bro, say.
When
Harden also has to realize I play with Russell Westbrook. If I'm not bro, he was 2 for 8.
Usually you would be telling me Russ gotta be like, yo, I played with James Harden. Now it's Harden gotta play with Russ. Okay, I like that.
No, honestly, I think the way it's for this to work is for Russ needs to play point guard and Harden needs to be the spot up shooter when they in transition. Because it's if you're going to kick it back out to Russ not going to spot up shoot. I think Harden's a much better spot up shooter than what Russ is. Harden's a better shooter in general than what Russ is. So, and Russ also pushes the pace. And their team, they don't play fast, but they have a team, at least I think, that's meant to play fast. You got shooters everywhere.
I don't think they're meant to play fast. D'Antoni teams haven't really played that fast since Steve Nash was out there playing.
But what teams had but what point guard has D'Antoni had that's like Russ that he can play fast with? He coached the Lakers. Then he coached the Knicks. How do you gonna play fast with them teams?
That is a fair notion, but I don't think James Harden himself is equipped to play fast in a fast-paced environment. I think that he likes to play more slow basketball because it allows him to be able to do what he wants to do in terms of just holding the ball. To be fair to Harden still gave you 19 points. And he still had 14 assists, which is still, very encouraging for him. I think the fact that Russ, I mentioned it earlier, Russ had 4 offensive rebounds and Giannis had 0. You talked about how well Giannis played. I wasn't that impressed from Giannis. Giannis had, he picked up some petty fouls that he shouldn't have, picked up. I think that he had no offensive rebounds in this entire game, which for me is concerning because Russ had 4 and Giannis is, undoubtedly the most dominant force on the floor. I need Giannis to ascend to another level. He's gonna. I
think you saw some of that tonight, though, bro.
I can't see that from you in a loss. The same way where you gonna tell me Kyrie played good when Kyrie didn't play good to me if that came in a loss.
I disagree with that. But Giannis, you saw him shooting mid-range jumpers with some shit you never saw the man do last year, jab stepping and pulling up in the mid-range, even being confident in that. Literally, he got the ball and pump fake, and PJ Tucker actually left his feet. You'd have never seen that last year, 2 years ago. So I think, I saw things where it's I saw progression from you. I saw that this summer you went and you worked on something.
Even though you spent the whole summer criticizing the man.
Because last year, I told you, even today, it was one of the best scoring performances I've seen with Giannis. I don't even think he dunked. Go back, how many dunks did Giannis have all day today?
Yeah. Yo, shout out to Dot Squad. I see you, man. You said hit you on Twitter. You can follow us on Twitter, bro. Tune in. Follow us on Twitter. Also follow my Twitter account at New Show in LA. Dunks, I can't see how many dunks he had today.
I guarantee you less than 4.
He wasn't dunking like that.
I can't see how many dunks he had today.
Just look at his shot chart. It's not all in the paint.
Yeah, but you can see the shot chart on NBA.com.
No, I don't know. If
yeah, exactly.
I don't have no idea.
Yeah. I don't think you can. Yeah, you can't see the shot chart on NBA.com. Let's see. Leaders. Yeah, you can't see that on NBA.com.
Yeah, I'm looking to see if you see it on NBA.com. I mean, not NBA.com.
Yeah, but still, with that being said, let's see who the Bucks actually play next. The Milwaukee Bucks next game is versus. Let's see. I hate when the schedule never loads. The Milwaukee Bucks next game is going to be on Saturday versus the Miami Heat at 2 p.m. Pacific time, 5 p.m. Eastern time. What do you think is going to be? What do you think about that game? Who do you think wins the Celtics Heat? I mean, not Celtics Heat. The Heat versus Bucks.
I think is Jimmy gonna play?
I don't know.
This
is in Milwaukee though.
Shout out Jimmy. Jimmy had the birth of his child, I think.
Oh, that's why. Okay, because I was wondering why he was out. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So if he's gonna play, I'm actually gonna take Miami to win that game. I like the team that Miami has. They're a tough, hard-nosed defensive team. I think they have more size than what the Rockets have. I think the Rockets only really have one person who could really guard Giannis, and that was PJ Tucker.
Mm-hmm.
And he picked up a couple fouls, so he couldn't really go as hard as he wanted to. So I think Miami could pick up that victory on Saturday.
All right, cool. And the next game that we have, speaking of the teams that we are talking about, who wins this game of the Rockets versus the Pelicans?
I'm gonna go with the Rockets to win this game. It's in Houston. I think they need a win.
Yes, it's in Houston.
I'm gonna go with the Rockets to win this game. I think that the Pelicans will make it difficult for them.
Okay.
Very,
so you
very,
think the Pelicans start off 0-2? Well, I mean,
yeah.
I guess you'll mean to see the Pelicans or the Rockets start off 0-2, but I feel you.
Yeah. Also, I think that the Pelicans want to play small, or like not small, but even when you put Melly at center, you're kind of playing small. He's not really a big man.
Yeah.
He's not gonna post you up. So I think that lends well to the Rockets.
Yeah, I'm not upset at that notion, not at all. So, all right, let's go ahead and let's hop into, pretty much the last matchup for today, which was the Pistons versus the Hawks. Obviously, you are a Trae Young acolyte. You love Trae Young. Talk to us about Trae Young, what you saw from Trae Young tonight. How did you feel about this Atlanta Hawks team going forward? This is a big win versus the Pistons, who obviously did not have Blake Griffin, but still, they look very dominant out there. Derrick Rose looked good. Go ahead, talk to the people.
John Collins hit a step back too. I almost fainted. I didn't know he could do that. He was hitting threes.
I told you he has to ascend to a new level. He has to.
Trae Young looks. It's not a lie. How old is Trae Young? 20 years old, I think.
No, he's not. He's older than 20 years old.
You sure?
Yeah. Trae Young is 21 years old.
For a 21-year-old, as far as playing the point guard position, how it's supposed to be played, he might be the best 21-year-old point guard I've ever seen in my life.
Okay. You've ever seen in your life. Okay. You qualified that. I'm not upset at that.
I've ever seen in my lifetime.
Okay.
Like, he was giving Bruce Brown hell. I think the first half he had like 24 in the first half. Cause I think I watched the game up until the Rockets game came out. I think he had 21 in the first half.
Mm-hmm.
The Hawks look good though, man. The Hawks really, really look good. I like the fact that they put size with Trae Young. They put him next to Reddish. They've also put him next to DeAndre Hunter. I like that. With Trae Young being the size that he is, you need size next to him, so at least we can hide him somewhere. As far as the Pistons go, Reggie Jackson is the worst point guard in the league. D-Rose looks great. I think D-Rose has figured out his game again. Like, he's figured out exactly what he should be doing again.
Yeah.
He scores easy and scores effortlessly. He's very, very, very efficient now.
Uh-huh.
He's more efficient now than he was in his MVP years.
Yeah.
I feel like he knows exactly what shots he should take, where he wants to take them, and he's getting to his spots. As far as the Hawks go, I don't know how many games they'll win this year. I still think they'll win by like 35. I don't have them in the playoffs, but I think it would be a very, very exciting 35 games to watch.
Okay, I'm not upset at that notion. I think that the Hawks will be decent, but I didn't expect this win tonight versus the Pistons to, honestly. But I think that this is a win that they can definitely build on. I told you that in order for this Hawks team to be good, John Collins has to hit an all-star level, and Trae Young, Candace Parker said it, during the game. After the game, she thinks Trae Young can be an all-star in the East. So I mean, we'll see. Shout out to Kenny Smith for saying, in Candace Parker's heyday, even everybody knows it. Candace, everybody knows it. Everybody knows it. Everybody knows it. Everybody knows it.
He said, in your heyday, you were like Giannis. I'm like, wow, why you just go in on her like that?
I mean, hey, that's a great compliment for her. Because she's nothing like Giannis now. But the Hawks' next game is coming up this Saturday. The Atlanta Hawks actually will go and they will take on, let's see. Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, they're going to take on the Orlando Magic. Who wins the Magic versus the Hawks?
I'm gonna take the Hawks. I think the Hawks keep it rolling. I'm gonna take the Hawks to win this game.
Okay, I'm not upset at that. All right, so moving on to the next. I think I'm gonna take the Magic to win this game. I think that Vucevic has a big game. I also think Jonathan Isaac, he struggled a bit in the first game. I think he's gonna come out. He's gonna have a monster night. I think Cam Reddish has to come out and play better. I expect him to play a little bit better. I think this will be a closely, contested game. But I'm gonna take the Hawks to win this game. So let's go ahead and let's talk about tomorrow's action in the NBA. Let's go ahead. Friday's NBA action. So tomorrow we have for the schedule, we have in our first game we have the Raptors versus the Celtics. Who you got?
Give me the Raptors in this one. Give me the Raptors. I'm
gonna
take the Raptors to win this one.
Why? This is in Boston. Why?
Boston looked rough. Kemba had a rough first game. Granted, they did have a lot of size, but Kemba had a rough first game. I don't know. I mean, Siakam got 18 boards on the Pelicans. They got Favors down there, some Favors, and they got Ingram, at least he's tall. Lonzo's a good rebounder. I mean, Cantor is a good rebounder, so that could make Austin a little bit. But I think Siakam will also give him a little bit of hell. And also, I think that Lowry and Van Vliet can make it difficult for Kemba, at least defensively, because he got the guard one of them. So I think they can make it difficult for him. So I'm gonna pick the Raptors to win.
All right, cool. So next game we have the T-Wolves versus the Hornets. Who do you have winning this game and why? The Timberwolves came out in the first game. They shocked the world. They beat. Speaking of, you know what he did? He choked again.
That's not
Kyrie.
Jared Allen. That's
Kyrie.
Jared Allen had 2 free throws to win the game. That's not true. Jared Allen had 2 free throws to win the game in regulation that came off a bounce pass from Kyrie Irving, and he proceeded to
stop choking Kyrie.
In regulation.
Stop choking Kyrie. Stop choking Kyrie. You want to talk trash about Steph Curry, Kyrie? Guess what? KD ain't there to save you, Kyrie. KD can't save you, Kyrie. KD can't save you, Kyrie. I don't care what he had. I don't care what that man had. Guess what? I don't care what that man had. I don't care what that man had. That man lost. That man lost. And you finna sit up here and talk to me about a 50. You like more victories, don't you? You like more victories, don't you? You like moral victories, don't you? You love moral victories. You love a moral victory. You love a moral victory. We don't care about your point guard. We talking about my point guard. Let's talk about my point guard. I like my point guard to win some championships, more than one. What you got to say now? You ain't got nothing to say now. You ain't got nothing to say now. I like my point guard to go out there and win championships with an S.
And make big shots. My point guard make the shots that win the final. Your point guard misses shots that win the final.
Don't hate on my point guard, all right? That was one shot. It was a number one. He shouldn't have been.
Had one shot over that man and made.
Kyrie only got one shot he done made in his career. So what you talking about, fam?
Steph Curry got no shots he made in his career.
What?
Tell me a memorable Steph
what?
Shot.
The shot he hit over Delhi when they won one fire?
No.
Yes, it was. You're lying. You're lying. You're lying. You're lying. Stop lying to the public. Stop lying to the public. Stop lying to the public. You're lying. You're lying to the public. Stop lying to the public. Stop lying to the public. Stop lying to the public. You lying. You lying. You lying. You lying. No, it didn't. I don't want to hear that. You want to know why it came when they was up 10? Because he was winning. Yes. Yes. Nah. You telling a lie.
Telling a lie.
Nah, you telling a lie. Nah.
We can go back and cover the Timberwolves Hornets. Who win?
Huh?
Timberwolves Hornets. Who wins?
Timberwolves Hornets. Who's gonna win? I'm going to take the Hornets to win this game. I think that the Hornets actually keep the good vibes rolling. I don't believe in Karl Anthony Towns. I definitely don't believe in one Andrew Wiggins. That man took 27 shots the other day and had 22 points. He had a very Donovan Mitchell-esque night. I'm not a fan of Andrew Wiggins. I'm not a fan of Karl Anthony Towns. I'm not a fan of this team. I like Josh Okogie. I like my man's Robert Covington. I think that he is a good player, but I think that it is a wrap for this Timberwolves team. You told me that they're going to be one of the worst teams in the NBA. I need to see them go out, and I need to see them actually win. That's what I want to actually see them do. I want to see them go out, and I want to see them win occasionally, consistently versus bad teams. I think if they are going to do it, I think it begins versus the Charlotte Hornets, and I think that we will see what happens in that game, and I think that it'll be a very interesting one. Let's go ahead and let's get ready to move into the next game, which the next game.
I can't say you're going to win.
Oh, my bad. Go ahead. My bad. I'm sorry.
I think the T-Wolves win this game. The Hornets did impress me. P.J. Washington looked great. Dwayne Bacon looked great. Bridges looked great. Rozier did not, but Devontae Graham looked great. But I just think that Towns is judging on what he did against the Nets. I think that bringing Zeller out the paint, bringing P.J. Washington out the paint, bringing Biyombo out the paint, I think it'll be a little bit too much for the Hornets to handle. I also think Wiggins will continue scoring 20 a night. It might be on like not the efficiency that you want, but he'll get you 20 points. So I'm gonna pick the T-Wolves actually start off 2-0 and beat the Hornets.
I think you're tweaking. I don't think that's gonna happen. But I guess that we'll see. What happens and how it all goes. But let's go ahead and let's hop into the next matchup. We have the Knicks versus the Nets. Who do you have to win this game and why?
The battle for New York, I got the Nets winning it. I think that Kyrie continues doing what he's doing. Kobe Challenge go out there and win MVP, so I think that's Kyrie's goal this year. And, man, I got the Nets, man. And also, LeVert looks nice, man. LeVert looks really, really nice. And I think that when the Nets realize that, hey, just because Kyrie passed me the ball doesn't mean we have to shoot. We can still pass it around as because, like, Torian Prince would get the ball and, like, I got to shoot it immediately. Yeah. Like, you can pass it, bro. Like, that also can happen.
Yeah.
So I think that they'll continue to grow. I think that LeVert will find his place more. And I think the Nets will win this game pretty handily, actually. And also, I think they want to come out. I think this is like the LA Clippers, LA Lakers game, just in like New York. And I think the Nets want to come out and make a statement like, yo, we here. We the best team in New York, and we going to be the best team in New York for the foreseeable future. So I got the Nets winning this game.
I'm going to be the contrarian, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to actually take the Knicks. The Knicks played very, very well versus the Spurs. I actually thought that they should have won that game, but I thought that the Knicks did what they always do, and they nicked. And that's just kind of what the Knicks love to do. But I also think that the Knicks will come out and win this game. I don't see any real reason as to why they can't win it. I think that Jared Allen can have an off game. I think DeAndre Jordan can have an off game, and I think that we can wind up potentially, looking at a very close game. But I'm taking the Knicks to win 113-108. Let's go ahead and let's hop into the next matchup. We have the Bulls versus the Grizzlies. Ja Morant went up for that dunk the other day versus the Miami Heat. And guess what? That shit did not work out the way he thought it was going to work out. He got his shot smitted off the board and he fell out of bounds. What are your thoughts on Ja Morant on the what does he call himself? The God PG? What are your thoughts on the God PG? The point guard.
I mean, this is his first game. I mean, I was on a plane, so I didn't see the game. So I can't comment too much on it. I know they lost. First game in the NBA, man. First game in the NBA against the Heat at that, which is a very, very good defensive team. So I think he had like 6-7 turnovers. I mean, considering seeing what Steph and Harden did today, that's not even that troubling to me.
Really?
So, I mean, Harden had 7, Steph had 8, and they 11-year veterans. He had 6 in his first game. I'm not that mad at you, bro. Against the Heat, I'm not that mad at you. So, but Grizzlies, Bulls. I'm gonna give it to the Bulls. I like the way Larry Marketing looked. Finally, he wasn't Larry.
I told you.
He actually took shots that weren't threes.
I told you.
Which was very encouraging. Zach LaVine needs to play better. Defensively, they got to be better. But I think that because the Grizzlies don't strike me as an offensive powerhouse, I think they'll get away with the defense that they play, and I think they'll come out with a win in Memphis.
All right, so let's go ahead and let's talk the next matchup. We have the Mavericks versus the Pelicans. Who do you have to win this game? This game is in New Orleans, the first game in New Orleans. Obviously, Zion is hurt, not playing. What are your thoughts?
Mavericks by like 20 points.
Really? Okay, so I take it you finally believing in the Luka Doncic hype? It didn't seem like...
I never said Luka wasn't good. When did I say that? I said I thought Trae Young was better.
You still think Trae Young's better?
Yeah, did you not see Trae Young tonight?
Come on, man. Did you not see Luka Doncic the other night?
That's cool.
34. Come on, man. Stop that, man.
He rebounds better.
Stop that, man.
That's about it.
Stop that, man.
He rebounds better.
Stop that, man. Stop that, man.
Trae is a better free throw shooter. He's a better passer. He gets to the line better. He's a better long distance.
He does not
shooter.
get to the line better than Luka.
Yes, the fuck
no,
he does.
No, he does not. No, he does not. You're telling a lie. You're telling a lie. You're telling a lie. You're telling a lie. Luka got to the line 8 times the other day.
We talking about 10, G.
So what?
10 to 8.
So what?
10 to 8.
So what? Luka better. Luka better. Luka better. Luka better. Luka better. Period. And you got to stop moving your camera, because every time you move your camera, you go in and out of the frame. You got to keep it consistent.
Highly debatable.
But all right, let's go ahead and let's so I'm actually gonna take the Mavericks to win. Obviously, Luka Doncic is one of, if not the best new player in the NBA. I said this yesterday, actually on my show on 2 for 1. I said that Luka is better than LeBron James was in his year 2, and he's better than LeBron James right now. What do you think?
No to both of them.
Why?
Because no, he's not better. Year 2, LeBron was averaging like 28 points, bro. Like, no. If you want to say LeBron right now, Luka's. First game 34. He's not that far behind. He's not gonna average 28 points this year. I don't think personally. Also, Luka's in a way better situation in his second year than what Bron was in. Bron wasn't playing with Porzingis his second year. If Bron was playing with Porzingis his second year, probably would have been a 6th or 5th seed in the playoffs. Better than LeBron right now, no, because actually. The one thing that people won't tell you about LeBron in his first game was he actually played very encouraging defense. He was taking charges. He was swiping at the balls, get steals. Now, he shot like an asshole. But he actually played, I think he was holding himself to a standard defensively, which is encouraging to me.
LeBron did not look good at all in that first game to me. He looked old and he looked washed. Luka Doncic is better than him. Luka Doncic is better than him now. Luka Doncic is better than him than when he was in year 2. Now, going forward throughout Luka Doncic's career, I don't necessarily know if I'm going to be able to always, say that and get that off. But trust me, he's better, bro. Period.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is. He's better.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
If LeBron was playing with us his first game, LeBron would have had 40 and 10. G.
No, he wouldn't have.
On the Wizards, G?
No, he wouldn't have.
Who guarded Bron on the Wizards?
Huh?
Bradley Beal guarding Bron?
No, but he wouldn't have 40 and 10. In his first game, no, he wouldn't have. LeBron would have had like 28 and 8 in that game.
You lying. On the Wizards, he would nothing less than 35.
No, come on.
On the Wizards,
no, come on.
On the Wizards.
Come on.
Okay.
Yes, he would have.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, anyway, I think the Mavericks win this game.
All right, so moving on to the next game. The next game that we have up on the docket is the Wizards versus the Thunder. Let's go ahead and let's breeze through this game really quickly. Who you got, Wizards versus the Thunder?
Thunder.
Okay, why?
I think Thunder have a better basketball team. I think the Thunder actually have a chance to make the playoffs. I don't know if they will, but I think if they don't trade CP3, I think I even said this when they got CP3 that they could sneak the AC. I still think they can sneak the AC if they don't trade CP3. So I think they win this basketball game.
All right,
and it's an OKC. So
yeah, I think Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is the new answer for the Oklahoma City Thunder. I think Chris Paul looked good. This team is literally the Clippers from last year, just with Chris Paul instead of having Lou Williams on the team. So I think that the Thunder will play well this year. Billy Donovan is finally actually running some offense, which is great and encouraging to see. So I think that the Thunder are going to win this game. I'm going to say 120-115. So let's go ahead and let's move on to the next game. The Suns versus the Nuggets. Who do you have in this game? Obviously, the Nuggets came
by
out.
900.
The Nuggets by 900. Okay,
yes.
You know what? Actually, I'm gonna come out. I'm gonna be a contrarian. I'm not even gonna go with the Nuggets. I'm gonna actually go with the Suns. I think that the Suns will.
Aiden.
Yes, I think that the Suns will continue
without Aiden.
Yes, without Aiden. I'm saying without Aiden. And this
is leaving in Booker now?
Huh?
You believe in the
He had what I believe 14 assists, while Ricky Rubio had 11 assists the other night, or 10 assists. I mean, still double-digit assists with Ricky Rubio on the floor with double-digit assists. That's what I want to see from him. I want to see him making others better while they're winning. I think Devin Booker goes off for 40 in this game. I think Ricky Rubio goes off for 17 and 12. And I think actually the unsung hero of this game is Kelly Oubre, and Kelly Oubre is going to drop 27. So I'm going to take the Suns to win this game 127 to 123. Let's go ahead and let's move on. Blazers versus Kings. Marvin Bagley is out with I believe it's like a displaced stress fracture in his right thumb.
Non-displaced.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry. Non-displaced fracture in his thumb. So he is out for 4 to 6 weeks. This basically means that the Kings will not make the playoffs because Luke Walton is
making the playoffs regardless.
No. Okay. But still, they had a chance before. Now they have no chance.
No, they didn't.
Yes, they did. They had a chance.
No, they didn't.
Yes, they did. Shout out to somebody who just donated $2. He said, "I missed the Celtics versus Raptor prediction for tomorrow." You well, Pavy, I don't even remember who you said. I think you said Celtics.
I said Raptors.
Oh, okay. You said Raptors. I think I said Raptors too. But yeah, that's what it is. You can always go back and rewatch the stream. Shout out to you, Complex Persona, for donating. We appreciate the donation. But sorry, back to your prediction. Who did you say?
Blazers. Blazers by like 20. I think that since they lost to the Nuggets, they want to come out here and get a win. Like you said, Bagley is hurt. Luke Walton doesn't seem to be the best coach. I think Dame comes out, goes off at 35. CJ goes off at 25. And we here at Blazers. Dame's MVP.
All right, I think the Blazers win this game too. I think Hassan Whiteside played a great game in the first game, and it was a wasted game for that team. I think Dame has to come out and be a little bit better. CJ McCollum has to come out and be a little bit better. All of them have to be a little bit better. And I think Kent Bazemore is one of those guys that has to find a little bit of a better rhythm for them, and I think he will. I think this is a perfect game for him to catch it. So let's go ahead and let's get ready to talk about one of our last games of the night. We have the Jazz versus the Lakers on Friday night. Obviously, I've been telling you that I think your man Brian is washed. What are your overall thoughts on the Lakers coming off of that first game now that you've had a chance to actually sit back and actually just get a chance to think about it? Did you get a chance to rewatch the Lakers versus Clippers game?
Yes, I did.
What are your thoughts?
I rewatched it that night actually. I forgot for one, they didn't run LeBron AD pick and roll at all.
Bro, they posted up AD 17 times, which is
you can't post up AD 17 times. But
he's not that kind of player.
Yeah, like AD's not Hakeem, bro. That's not what AD does. AD is a perimeter oriented power forward. It's not what he does. I think they just have to just get. Also, you could just see where they miss Rondo. Like I'm looking at it, and I'm like, KCP is bringing the ball up court. Why is he bringing the ball up court? KCP is inbounding the ball. Why is he inbounding the ball?
Yeah.
And you could also see where they missed Kuzma. It was stretches and like they just needed one more scorer than what they had.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that'll still haunt them against the Jazz. I'm actually picking Jazz to win this game. Actually,
really?
I think they.
So you think the Lakers start off 0-2?
Yes, I do. I think the Lakers start off 0-2, and I think there's like panic all through Los Angeles. But I think it gets better.
Okay, so who's the MVP for the Jazz?
Mike Conley, because he played god awful in the first game. He was 1 for 16. I don't think he'll repeat that performance.
So what do you think Mike Conley's stat line is going to be for this game? And also,
I think his stat line ends up being like 18 and like 6. Okay. With like 2 steals. I think Donovan continues what he's doing. I think Donovan goes out there and gets you 23 points, probably on like 44% shooting, something like that.
Mm-hmm. So with
LeBron not being the greatest shooter, I think that Gobert makes his life very, very difficult at the rim.
I'm online. I'm a little bit confused. So you're telling me that the Lakers are going to lose, but the Lakers have the clear size advantage. They have the clear advantage. Really, what do you mean? They have the clear size advantage all across the board.
But they got Gobert.
Come on, man. Stop saying, but they got Gobert, bro. Ed Davis only played 10 minutes the other night. Bro.
I expect Gobert to neutralize the side advantage.
He's not. Rudy Gobert is not neutralizing no Anthony Davis size advantage, man. Stop it. Anthony, you're gonna be extremely interested, because I'm not even gonna say mad, obviously, because you're a Lakers.
I'm not gonna be mad.
Because you're a LeBron fan. But give me a break, bro. Give me a goddamn break. You're tripping. You're tripping. You legit tripping.
Okay, we'll see.
Huh?
We'll see.
No, you're tripping, bro. Like legit, you're tripping.
We'll see.
So you think Bron and them gonna go out and lay another egg? I can't see that happening.
Not another egg. I mean, like I think you'll have a decent game. I think they'll lose. Like it's only 2 games out of 82. It will get better.
I can't honor that.
They play the Hornets next, bro. The Hornets. They play the Hornets after this, bro. The Hornets.
So
it's gonna get better.
What's your point?
If they don't beat the Hornets, then we should panic.
I think y'all should panic regardless. I mean, the fact that KCP is the leading scorer on this team, the man is out there waving people off and airballing ISOs. I think that is going to be.
But see, here's the thing though. Why does KCP have the ball? He has the ball because Kuz was hurt and Rondo was hurt. Other than that, KCP wouldn't have the ball. Like the time when KCP inbounded the ball to Kawhi. Why is he taking the ball out?
Why is he throwing the ball to Kawhi though?
Huh?
Why is he throwing the ball to Kawhi?
Why is he inbounding the ball? Run like somebody else should be doing that. Like you can't save KCP from himself by not putting him in some of those positions.
I guess. I mean,
it's also where you miss Rondo and where you miss Kuzma.
Yeah, even when you're looking at the size, I think if Anthony Davis doesn't come out, also this game is at Staples Center, so you think the Lakers are going to lose their first 2 games in Staples Center this year?
Yeah, why not?
All right, bro. That's a little.
They got another one against the Hornets. They'll be fine.
I mean, that's not my definition of fine, though. Huh?
If you lose your first 2, whatever, you play the Hornets next. I think they got some other games. Like they'll be fine. If you lose to the Hornets, then we should panic. Again, I think Jazz is a good basketball team. I think the Lakers will win the season series. I think they'll just lose that game. I hope I'm wrong, but I think they'll lose. I think it gets worse before it gets better.
Yeah, and somebody said that the chorus of LeBron doesn't have enough help will start to get loud. What do you think about that? Do you think that LeBron defenders and LeBron acolytes are going to start to complain about LeBron James' lack of health? I mean, I'm sorry, not health, help.
Help. No, the team is fine. The whole team ain't there yet. Like, can we wait until we get Kuzma back and Rondo back?
I mean, you got to ask Laker Nation. They've been waiting to win, and what Daniel said, like, oh man, this is gonna be another wild year. I think it is gonna be another wild year, an extremely wild year for them. I think what we're gonna see from the Lakers is gonna be extremely, extremely interesting. But what are your final predictions for the Lakers' first 10 games, real quick, guys? Before we get ready to get out of here.
I mean, who the first 10 games? Do you know what their schedule is?
Let's check it out, actually. We can see the full team schedule right here. I'm going to click on it. So their first games that they have are coming up. Next up, they have the Jazz. Then after the Jazz, they have the Charlotte Hornets. Then after the Hornets, they have the Memphis Grizzlies. Then after the Memphis Grizzlies, they have the Dallas Mavericks. After the Dallas Mavericks, they then move on and they go and they play the San Antonio Spurs. Then after the Spurs, the Bulls. And pretty much kind of rounding out that kind of stretch, they got the Heat and then kind of the Raptors, kind of before November 10th.
I can see them going 6-4.
6-4?
Yeah.
6-4 over the next 10?
Yeah.
So that means that they start off 6-5?
Oh, over the next 10, next 10, 7-3 then. I was including the Clippers game in there. Yeah, so 7-3. I think they'll probably maybe lose like the Mavericks, maybe lose to like the Heat or the Spurs, and then beat everybody else.
All right, I'm not upset at that. So, any final words you want to get off? Shout out to you for joining this show. Shout out to all of the fans, man. I appreciate all of you all. Shout out to Complex Persona. Shout out to the homie Averitt Peterson, who is in New Zealand. He said he just checking in, got to sleep. It's 9 a.m. there. Shout out to you, bro. We appreciate it. Thank you, Complex Persona, for donating. All of the fans out there, all of you all, we appreciate you all for tuning in. Thank you all for, tuning into this. We're trying to make sure that we can bring you guys more, types and different styles or types of content that you guys can really, really learn to love and really kind of digest from that perspective. So shout out to the homie Pavy for coming through and doing the Thug Thizzle on the show. I appreciate that very, very much, bro. I just want to say, yeah, man, thank you, for coming through on the show. I really enjoyed having you on. It was a great experience. Any final thoughts?
Yo, this through Skype is fire, by the way.
Really? You like it through Skype?
Fire. I do like through Skype. It's fire.
Okay, all right.
I feel like I'm like I feel like I'm like Stephen A. Smith on like ESPN or something like that.
I mean, hey, Pavy A.
Via
Smith.
satellite.
Via satellite. Yeah, exactly. I put the graphic on there, so it does say that you called in via
Chicago.
Yeah, exactly. Pavy's live right now with us from Chicago. But shout out to all of the fans once again. We appreciate you all. Thank you all for tuning in. You guys are amazing. Any final words?
Harden World. We back at it on whatever day. Friday, we back at it on Friday.
All right. Well, anyways, not Harden World. Go ahead.
One more thing. The Rockets transition defense was god awful. They got to fix that.
How can they fix it, Pavy?
Get back and talk.
Okay. I'm not upset at that.
There was one play where literally Russ ran away from Sterling Brown. Like, just ran away from him. Like, what you doing, bro? He turned around and then, just literally ran away.
That's funny. That's super funny. But I mean, I think we'll see. I think that the Rockets are one of those teams where they're going to really benefit from a lot of watching film.
Fair.
All right. But anyways, shout out to everybody out there that has watched us. We appreciate all of you all. Thank you all if you sat through, watched the ads. Shout out to the homie Complex Persona again. I am going to try to do this as many nights as I can. Hop up on here, Skype for about an hour. Anyways, until next time, until we get up with you, until we see you again on the next Hoops and Brews or whatever, it's been your boy TPJ. I appreciate you all. Thank you all very much. This has been the 2-for-1 show. You got 2 for 1. You got me and you got Pavy live via Skype, via satellite. We will get up with you next time, Pavy. Peace out, brother man.
Yes, sir.
All righty.
Yes, sir.
All righty. So, anyways, fans, you heard it before. Sorry. You saw Pavy was here. He's gone now. I will personally, myself get up with you all tomorrow. Shout out to everybody that was inside of the chat rooms. I appreciate all of you all. You all are amazing. And just thanks to everybody that, has really gone and supported the show. It's something that, obviously I'm passionate about. We're passionate about as a whole. In terms of the whole Hoops and Brews entity, the whole Hoops and Brews organization. So, huge shout out to Pavy, huge shout out to everybody else. I will get up with you all later. Peace out.